So starting up at the front here, we've got your on and off switch for your light, which is right there. And then you have a retract and extend button for your electric tongue jack that's up here. That is for getting it on and off of your vehicle and also leveling it from front to back. In the black box here, we have your LP. All you do is turn it on with these little valves here, and then this is your switch over valve. So what this does is you can push it to the other side, and this little handle that's here on the side is the one that it's pointing to the tank. So you've got two tubes on both sides connecting to both of your tanks. You can have it in the middle, taking it out of both, but once you run out of LP, then you're pretty much out completely, so just using one at a time gives you time to fill the other tank. Here's your battery box. It's got a 12-volt battery already in it and ready to go. On this side here, you've got part of your pass-through storage, and then also you have a solar adapter port here. So what that is going to be basically a battery tender if you guys get a solar panel. In your compartment here, you've got jack handles and then a bunch of stuff on the other side, but I'll show you that in a little bit. Right here is a jack handle that has a 3/4 socket on the end, and that is going to be manual overrides for your slide room and also for your tongue jack that's up here. So underneath this little cap, there's going to be a little hex nut, so you can use that manually if you don't have any power or anything like that. Then you have one that connects to a little T-pin, so it's got a little cutout on the side. That is going to be for these little things here. So this is your stabilizer jack. It has this little pin that's right there. That's going to be where you put that jack handle for manual override if you don't have any power or anything like that. The button to put these down is on the other side, so I'll show you that once we get over there. Your door here is held up by a magnet. I can show you that. Just looks like this, and then these will close just like that, and then you have a key inside that you'll get once you pick up your trailer. Back here you've got your satellite and cable ports. There you go, you can see it better. They are different, so cable is just kind of local channels, and satellite would be if you have a dish or from DirecTV or something like that that you can connect to. This port here, with the orange extension cord, that's your main power cord. You do have a cord that comes with it. It's 30 amps, so when you go to a campground, make sure you look for that. Right now we just have an adapter on it, so it fits down to a regular extension cord. Starting over here, we have all of your water and stuff like that. So at the top one here is an outside shower. You do have a hose that goes with that. That comes included. But for these two, you'll have to get a separate hose. This first one is city water connection. That is going to be for at the campground use with a white potable water hose and an inline water regulator. The one down here is going to be for your black tank flush, the one with the yellow sticker on it. That is going to be for flushing out your black tank. So that is going to be a jetter essentially. Second little clip here is going to start with the black tank and everything that goes along with it. So down here you have the main port here that has a little cover on it, so you can take that off. There is water and antifreeze in there right now, just a little left over. Obviously do that with gloves after you start using it for the first time. But on here you've got the black tank and the gray tank. They're color-coded handles. The black tank is toilet water, gray tank is soapy shower and sink water. So hook that up to your hose. You'll have to get one. Yours does not come with one, but you'll pull the black tank hose, let that drain out all the way, and then you'll connect it to the black tank flush that's up there with a different hose than what you use for your water. What that's going to do is just let it rinse out, let that run for about 2 or 3 minutes, and then you can take the hose off of there and then keep that valve open. Next you're going to pull your gray tank. That's going to let out all the soapy water, pretty much cleaning out your hose, so that's important to do second. Once all of that is empty, you can go ahead and push both of those closed and then take your hose off. Once you're done with your hose, feel free to put it in your bumper. This is kind of your storage compartment. There's little end caps on both sides that'll pop off. That way you don't have to keep it with any of your other camping supplies. On the back here, you have your tire cover and your spare tire and everything like that. It's the same size as all the other ones, so you don't have to worry about that. But it might just have a different rim or look a little different, but they are the same size. At the top here, you do have an option to have a backup camera or observation camera. That is good for two reasons. Observation camera will allow you to kind of see when you're driving, and you can see everything that's around you. Backup is only when you're in reverse. So over here, you have a little yellow sticker here that says caution on it. That button is for your stabilizer jacks. So these ones that are down here. I showed you these on the other side. You have one in the back and then one up in the front. So you can see those. And like I said, the buttons are all in the front and on the side, so you can see the button that's down there. Next is your steps. These are pretty simple. All you have to do is pick them up and then in. And then that's what they look like in. Then you pull this little blue thing, and then you pull it forward, and you can let it drop down. There is a handle for doing that easily, and then you have these little pins here. So they look like that. Those can pop out so you can move the feet up or down, whether you're on level ground or anything like that. For your screen door here, you've got a little handle, and then behind it is all your locks and everything like that. Red is for deadbolt, and then you've got a little handle here that also locks with your keys. They are double cut. They will do the same. Top one here is a maintenance lock. This one we have access to in case you need labor done on your trailer or anything like that. And then this bottom one is going to be your deadbolt, so that one is specific to your trailer alone. Coming along the front, you've got a few different things here. You've got your 110 outlets for regular plug-ins, your furnace exhaust. This will get hot and it might attract some bugs because of the smell of LP, but they do make screens that fit over this, so you won't have to worry about that. Up here, this is for your stove, so there's a little flap in here. That has to be open for when you're cooking. That just lets the exhaust fan have somewhere to put everything. Then these black things here, those are your speakers. So I'll show you how to use those once we get inside. And then your lights and awnings I'll also show you inside. So the next little video here is going to start with your hot water heater. At the top here you have a pressure release valve to make sure you have water in there. And then on the bottom here you have an on and off switch. So you can kind of see that a little better there. What that is going to be is basically your source switch. So when it's in the off position you're going to be running off of LP, and when it's in the on position you're going to be running off of electric. So don't really think of that as your water heater on and off switch, think of it as a source switch. This is your anoid rod, so this is your plug for your hot water heater, and that has to stay in, otherwise no water will stay in your tank there. And then you do have a cover that goes over it. This little port here, this is going to be your freshwater tank fill, and what that is doing is just filling that freshwater tank for you. The empty for it is going to be down here. So, see all that. And all you gotta do is pull that little valve to the side there, and then that'll empty out your freshwater tank. Over here you have your manual override for your sliders and everything. This one's just on a hex nut, so you can see that. Again, that's a 3/4 socket that is on the jack handle from before. You have your electric stabilizer jacks button up here as well. And then in this compartment you have your on and off switch for your lights. Then you have your electric cord, your water hose, and then a water nozzle as well. The cord here is 30 feet and it is 30 amps like I mentioned before.